Mic check. Mic check.
I was actually saying my check.
My check?
Mm-hmm, not mic check.
Why are you saying mic check?
Because I was talking about my check.
His big old
bag?
big old
check.
bag.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, that totally works.
Bringing in a Brinks truck.
Yeah, dude.
Hopefully.
You're expecting us to pay you for this?
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Obviously.
Sir, we are madly mistaken. Oh my god, what is up?
Joking.
Hello.
We got ourselves a little
trio.
Three's a
Love
company,
it.
they say.
3 is a company. What's up, Aaron?
What's going on?
What's up? Des here, Drew here, and Aaron. You're sort of messing up the DDs,
Yeah.
but
Dad.
I was going to say, you could put me in the middle and call me Dad. I'm in the middle, Dad.
oh my god,
the Dad podcast.
Guys, you know what? I actually have never really talked about this. I'm a little triggered. So in 8th grade, people would call me Dad for dumbass Desi. So we're bringing up bowling hot and early on Sportzball.
They called you a lot of things.
They called
in
me a
high
lot of
school.
things.
So you pretty much just owned it and went with the Broncos for dummies. And,
Yeah. Fast forward 20 years, I'm still calling myself a dummy, trying to reclaim it. You know? So that's what we're doing here. Yes, Aaron, what is up, dude? Yeah, so we have Aaron here. We met. I was trying to think of how to explain who you are. First of all, he is a man and sitting next to us. No, we met in 2022, I believe.
Is it 2022? Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Is that when you started, what was it called?
Broncos Fancast. Yeah, it was always Broncos Fancast,
Okay.
yeah.
Was that when you started it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Broncos Fancast happened, and you were doing podcasts on your own, right?
Right.
Was I the first guest that came on?
Yeah, definitely. As far as Broncos, for everything Broncos, yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
You were
happened.
one of the first people I actually reached out to and hit up because I was, just being a Bronco fan, you're watching other people's content and whatnot, and I came across yours, and you must have mentioned being in LA or something. I was like, oh, she's in LA?
Literally,
hit
we
her
were a stone throw away from each other, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I came on. We had a great old time. Filmed it for YouTube. Then we found out later, his brother and my best friend both work at the same restaurant. But we didn't find out about talking about it. We found out because later that day, my friend Presley was at work and was just like, oh yeah, I was with my friend earlier. She was watching a Broncos game. He goes, oh, my brother's super into the Denver Broncos. He has a podcast. And she's like, oh, that's crazy. My friend just did a podcast earlier. And he goes, what's your friend's name? So we found out that way. So small world, this little LA pod we have.
Definitely.
And then that was 2022, 2023. We did a couple of
seasons
episodes
of Broncos
together.
Fancast. Yeah.
Seasons. We did one.
Was it just one?
We did the latter half of 2022, 23, and the
then
2023
exactly,
season
yeah.
we did. We skipped last year.
That's right.
But that's sort of the background of Aaron, how I know Aaron. Would you like to add anything as far as who you are in regards to yourself or the Broncos world? What do you want the sports ballers to know about you?
We're born in Denver. We're diehard Broncos. I'm always keep it real when it comes to the team. That's for sure.
It's really annoying.
I have a lot of hard,
it's really annoying.
hard takes sometimes. We've gotten into a few, but it always ends in love. So it's all good.
True. You know what? And now I'm realizing the only constant in the fighting is this guy, me right here. I'm pointing at myself.
You know what? That's
Drew and I get
great.
in fights. Aaron and I get in fights.
Yeah. Me and Drew would probably have a really peaceful podcast.
Well,
really,
you guys
really
would just be
peaceful.
broing. You're like,
Exactly.
right? You would just say, right,
All
bro,
love.
right, bro. For sure, bro. And that's what bros do.
Well, but first we would do a lot of mic check.
Mic check.
Dude, yeah,
1, 2.
Mic
before-
check.
Aaron was doing that literally for 10 minutes. And I was like, Aaron, I'm pretty sure your mic is good.
Unique
But
New York.
New
York.
To be fair, Aaron's like a professional.
Yeah, that
My
is
man
one
produces
thing.
a lot of big time stuff, and so we brought him on. He helped us get our
Set
setup
up.
right, and so We are making fun of the guy who gets paid to do this.
Actually helped us set up this podcast. None of this would have been possible without this guy right here.
Thanks, Dad.
So thanks, Dad.
No problem, kids.
So that's a little bit about that. So yeah, that's a little intro to Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
My only tiny thing is I've also done. I was a guest one time on the Broncos Fancast.
Right.
God.
That's
I was
right.
brought in for the infamous 70-20 game, and we did a pregame and a postgame.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I was like super stoked and excited. We had a great time for the pregame, and I had met Aaron a couple times, but like very briefly, and then we go back for the postgame, and I was just like, hey, how we doing? I'm scared.
Yes.
It was a weird time.
Not
but
a good day. Not
that
a
was
good
a
day
tough
for
one.
Broncos country. Yeah, so Drew was a part of that as well.
But it's safe to say you might have been the mark of the turnaround.
Oh,
you know.
and you were a mark of our turnaround the other way. So nothing's been the same for either of our teams since that day.
Wow. You know what?
Very
we
true.
can look back and be grateful for that day.
So
Exactly.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you. Speaking of losing, shall we?
Yeah, Aaron, if you wouldn't mind handing us those scorecards
Yep.
right behind you.
Yep, right
Thank you
behind.
so much. Appreciate it.
And then I'm gonna bring this one.
Here.
All right, go ahead.
Start
Drew.
on Thursday because I've had a lot of time to think about my loss. I flipped this over last week and I was like, I should just have it be 0-3. And I was like, nah, just kidding. But I should have. So 0-3. This is going to start collecting some dust, I think, this 0. So we'll just clean that off because it's going to probably be a 0 for a while. Dolphins are 0-3. Looking to grab a dub against the Jets at home Monday night. Rivalry uniforms.
Cool.
Pretty exciting. Thank you, A-Dog.
The Broncos. I have to flip another loss tab. We are now 1-2, tied with the Raiders, and the Chiefs. Okay.
And the Ravens?
And the Ravens, yes. Thinking more the AFC West division. The
Sure.
Chargers own us. They are our daddy, as we've been saying dad a lot right now. I can rightfully say that. 1-2 right now for the Broncos, which will segue nicely into the fact that we were all at the game.
Yes, we were.
all there. Guys, let's talk about Chargers-Broncos game. How was it for all of you? From start to finish.
Start to finish. It was a blast. I said this during training camp, and I will continue to say it. You do not appreciate the size and athleticism of these people until you see it in person. And we had killer seats, thanks to Des hooking us up, getting us, like, in finding the seats. Not, she didn't buy us
I want to be
tickets.
very clear. I just went on to Game Time and purchased them.
But Game Time, great seats, great
seats.
possible sponsor
Sponsor
sometime.
us.
Game Time, we love your
Yeah.
app. It does. You guys do great things.
Yeah.
I did very quick sidebar about how awesome Game Time is. A buddy of mine at work is a huge Chargers fan, and he was like, I can't go to the game. Like, tickets are going to be like $200. Popped up on the Game Time app, and I was like, $60 tickets right here. And he's like, what? And I was like, wait a couple more days. We checked a day later, $58 tickets. The closer you get to game day, tickets go down.
That's what's so annoying is also when we bought our tickets, and I was also looking at parking, it was Chargers home opener. So they were like, oh, we got to hike up everything. Parking, general parking. The first year we ever went, it was like $50.
Yep.
Parking, when I first looked, it was at $360. $360 for a parking ticket. That is more than a goddamn football ticket. What are we doing?
I saw a meme of a girl, and she took a screenshot, and she was like, I got tickets to the Ariana Grande concert. And her friend was like, girl, that's parking.
I feel that's so deep. It's
I know.
so expensive.
I know. That's why it's
Unbelievable.
So but no, anyway, start to finish, I had a blast. It's always fun. We went to the game last year together. It's just a good time. We'll talk more about like tailgating. Broncos country showed out as they always do.
Dude, it is Broncos' second home stadium.
Yeah.
Like, at SoFi, it is a seat. Granted, I wore blue. and I know that, but it was a pretty fly jersey, so I had to wear it. But typically you try and wear orange when you're playing the Chargers because it's nice to look out into the stadium and see a sea of orange, which we still saw.
Yeah.
And also the tailgating experience, like it really is half Broncos, half Chargers out there. It
might be more Broncos than Chargers, honestly.
Dude.
Yeah, I see more. There's like one alleyway of like Chargers people, but it's Thunder Alley or something like that. But that's the only place you see all Chargers. Everywhere else, it's a lot of Broncos.
Yeah, almost every other Broncos tailgating, which is so cool. Like, find me another place that another team shows up. Actually, that's a good question. What is another? Is there any other stadium? Like, we can say SoFi because I think SoFi and Allegiant are both destination stadiums.
I was going to say,
But like, is Broncos country also the Allegiant Stadium? You know what I mean? Like, what's a stadium that more people, maybe Niners, Rams?
Maybe. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with LA, just like geographically is such a transplant place. Right. So many people move to LA, not a lot of people are from there. And I think when we went to Allegiant for the Raiders game, there was a fair amount of Broncos fans too.
For all Vegas games.
Yeah, and I think that's, Vegas is a destination, and I also think a lot of people move to Vegas.
And Nevada's low-key kind of in Bronco country a little bit. Like, that little area on the west of Bronco country where there's no teams. I mean, Nevada's kind of right there,
Right in the Midwest.
Yeah, because, I mean...
I'm from the Midwest, so that makes no sense to me.
Oh, my God.
We're going to get into this again?
Oh, God.
That makes no sense to me.
Look at a map. Look at a map. Tell me where the Midwest is. It's in the middle of the country.
Find the middle, and then you go, where's the Midwest and where's the Mideast?
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Look on the world map and tell me where the Midwest is compared to the Mideast.
Well, it's a circle.
What?
Yeah, but when you flatten it out and you put everything
so you think the Earth is flat, Aaron?
No.
Oh, boy. Now we got this guy over here.
Hot off the press. Aaron said the Earth is flat. Mark it, quote it. Boy, clip it.
I hope he's learned his lesson not to challenge us on what
that
the
is
Midwest
hilarious.
We're both feeling feisty today.
I know. Anyways, back to the Broncos.
Back to the game.
Good time SoFi. Got there pretty early. 10.
Very early,
10.
Yeah.
But still not crazy early. Like, tailgating, that lot opens at 8.
Yeah. Right.
And honestly, you get 2 hours tailgating, and then you have to start making your way in for the 1 o'clock game. So, granted, sounds early. Not quite. But great seats. We had a lot of Broncos fans, half and half around us.
One dude was gonna get into a fight.
100%.
Oh,
the
that
dude
Broncos
like the bottom
fan.
with
The curly hair. Yeah, he was asking for it.
Yeah.
Whenever fans, there's a certain respect you gotta give.
100%.
Yeah.
I am not at Chargers game being like, watch this, we own you. Like, that's not what you do.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta respect. Same with when Jameson's for the Colts game. Like, there is a certain respect that you gotta give if you're going into a bar that is like a team bar or a stadium. It's just, I think, an unwritten rule. Now, if you win, you'd be like, oh man, sucks to suck. Briefly, you keep moving, I don't know, do you agree?
That's your etiquette, basically?
Yeah, do you think differently?
No, I pretty much agree with that. I mean, I think the guy was, doing a little too much.
Oh, God. And then it's like, great. And now I'm with him, we're
right,
the same
you're forced
colors.
to be. Yeah, exactly.
God.
Especially at like a visiting. I think like you get a little bit more like bravado and chutzpah if like we're at our stadium.
Yeah.
But like especially the visiting stadium, there's a bit of like, we know we're like tiptoeing around.
Yeah.
Plus the guy, every time we had a good play, he would just like freak out, you all suck, and then inevitably 2 plays later the Chargers would do something amazing, and I'd like look over at him and it'd be like, okay, and it was like, okay, so don't learn your lesson. God,
100%.
Please stop.
It was tough. Yeah, that was tough.
I know. So Aaron, let's get into, I guess, the takeaways of the game, and then we can sort of talk other little stats. But overall, how we feeling, my Broncos?
Overall, as far as the season goes, I still feel good.
Okay.
Wow.
That game was a slow death, I will say. It started out, but as soon as Troy Franklin dropped that touchdown pass, in my head, I was playing out the rest of the game, possession by possession, and in my head, it went exactly the way I saw in my head. I was like, oh no, this is looking too familiar. We have enough time just to go 3 and out, to kick it back off to them to come down and win the game. Yeah. I was like, that's what's in my head because that's what keeps happening, or that was happening at the end of the year. It's like we would play a great first half, and by the time we get to the fourth quarter, it's just a little chip away. We're doing all the wrong things. They're doing the right things, and then it ends in us barely losing, you know. And that's the way it played out to me. And so I just was getting more sad as the minute was going on, because that's exactly what was happening.
I mean, I remember at halftime it was tied, and Dez was like, "Oh my God, man! Like I was worried about this game. It's tied. We're feeling good." And I looked over, and Aaron was just kind of like even keeled, even a little bit lower keeled. And Des was like, "What's up? What's up?" And he was like, "I don't know. I'm still feeling anxious."
But also, I think going into this game, I gotta be honest. Well, no, I did say it was going to be 24-21, which pretty damn close.
Darn good prediction.
That was good.
I thought we were going to drop the ball, literally and figuratively. Chargers are good. They're good. They're a good team this year, and unfortunately, our only win so far was against the Titans, the worst team in the league last year. Like, it's not a nice looking one on that 1-2 record. So and the Chargers have now swept the division. So it's like, and they beat the Chiefs. And granted, the Chiefs I think are on a downward slope, but it was going to be our game.
I will say, on the bright side, we could also easily be 3-0 if it wasn't for one or two plays in each game. You know, we're right there. You know?
But I mean, speaking of, what was it? In the last 11 one-score games for the Broncos, we are 2-9.
Yep.
2-9.
Yep.
We have only come through 2 games out of those 11 in the last one-score games.
And technically, one of those 2 is the Titans.
Titans.
And that is, oh my God. The thing is the difference between what makes a good team good and what makes a good team great is pulling through in that fourth quarter, in the final minutes. That is what makes a team great. There was a graphic going around last year about if all one-score games records were swapped for all the teams, right? The Chiefs were obviously up ahead, 15-0.
Yeah.
And then if you swapped all their one-score games, it was like, I don't know, 2-13. Broncos, the exact opposite. They were at the top of the league for one-score games. Honestly, the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl last year because what makes a good team great is being able to pull out in the final few moments.
Yep.
And what we said driving home is the fourth quarter, the Broncos ain't doing it. And it's really making me nervous because I'm like, are the Broncos chargering? Are we now chargering? Have the Chargers let that go? And now are the Broncos broncoing? Like, can we not?
No, don't make that a term. It's still chargering.
We're still charging. Okay.
It'll not broncoing.
You're right. Broncoing is when we ball out.
Exactly.
We buck it out. It's not looking good. There's so far a trend from the past 2 weeks. Colts are good, I guess. Like, I get it, Colts fan. You guys have one good season in the past 50 years, and you're all over my ass on Instagram. I'm so sick of you. And then this week, Chargers. Like, we all said, we were sitting in this stadium. Chargers were driving. It is the loudest I've ever heard SoFi Stadium. I've been to the game. This is now my 4th year in a row I've been to a Broncos-Chargers game. I have never heard Chargers fans like that. And you know what that means? Bunch of bandwagon fans. Yep. Come at me, Chargers fans. I don't care anymore. Yeah, she's
Des
spicy.
is hot. She's spicy.
I'm hot because it's so annoying because they're all, it's comments. Guys, don't do social media. It's not good for your psyche.
She was ready to fight people after the game.
Oh my
that
God.
energy is still there.
I know it still is. Losses, I said, I won't be good for 7 to 10 business days. And I think this is the anger part of the what is it when you go through the 7 stages of grief?
Yes.
Anger. Let me punch someone. But the thing is like, cool, you guys have a bunch of bandwagon fans. Like, and if you didn't, we would be hearing you guys be this loud all the time. One thing I will say about Broncos country, you are continuously that loud. I don't care if we're winning or losing. You go to Mile High, you are going to hear Broncos fans screaming over any other fan there. So that's what pisses me off is now all of a sudden Chargers fans, you know what? Good on you guys. You have a good team. I'm not talking shit on your team. I'm talking shit on your fan base. Anyways, so you guys want to tag in or I'll just keep going?
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was gonna. I'll just give you. So I was gonna give
You're
my
so
overall.
scared right now, being like, "What is she gonna do
Well,
next?"
so the one thing I do want to say, not about the game, but it's a quick story. We were all leaving, and we stayed for a while. We wallowed in our misery. We got some more content, and then the security guards finally start being like, you gotta get out of the stands. So we get out of the stands, we start walking, we take a bathroom break, we keep walking, and we were on like the opposite corner of where our car was parked. And so they really try to get you out of the stadium and then to walk around the stadium. They don't want you in the stadium. And every security guard that was like, you guys gotta like start making your way out. Des is like, yeah, and then just stayed. She's like, I'm staying in this stadium as long as I can. Other security guards would be like, all right, try and make your way around. He's like, no, we're parked over here. And like, I'm like, Des is taking it out on every security guard.
I'm not taking it out. To me, it seems so silly that I have to walk an extra half mile when I can cut through. I see the exit I want right there. You're telling me you want me to go up 3 flights of stairs, which we would have. SoFi is like, it's pretty large inside in order to get out. You want me to go, otherwise those stairs, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was being an asshole.
Literally whatever the security guard said, every single one of them, Des did the exact opposite.
Don't
I remember
tell me what to
one
do.
time, verbatim one time, I said, Des, he said, we can't go out this way. She goes, that's exactly why we're going this way. That was verbatim what she said to me.
And then at one point, Des, Aaron, and our other friend Hector, who were at the game, went to the bathroom, and I was standing by the first security guard, who like we kind of went past him, and he was like, "Yep, you guys got to go up this escalator." 2 seconds later, I get a phone call from Des. She's like, "Come back this way," and I was like, "There's a security guard looking at me, telling me I can't go that way." She's like, "Well, just say go to the bathroom." So I was like, "I'm gonna go back this way to go to the bathroom," and I come back, and Des is like, "We're going this way." It was a good time. It was a good time.
Cool. Anyways, okay, so as far as the game, yeah, because I'm over it. So one thing I did say going in the game, I wanted a revenge game for Dobbins.
Okay.
I think this was it. He fucking
well.
balled out.
Yeah.
Damn, curse words. Sorry, guys,
It's
everyone.
happening.
He, what was his 83 yards? Didn't have a 100-yard game. I really wanted him to have a 3,000-yard game. So we were just almost there.
First
We were
ever.
almost
It
at
would have been
3,000.
sick.
He did everything he needed to for us to win.
100%.
Absolutely. RJ Harvey only had 2 carries. It was J.K. Dobbins' game.
was JK.
You know what I mean? But I think that was super cool to see. But on the other, and it's like, Chargers, look what you gave up. But then on the other hand, Chargers, Omarion Hampton, balled out. This guy, literally, how many times did he touch a ball? He had 19 carries for 70 yards. It was nearly like every other play is going to Hampton. And what's crazy is we picked Jahdae Barron in first overall pick in the draft. 2 picks later, the Chargers pick Omarion Hampton. And it's sort of like, all right, Jahdae, what have you done? What have you done for
Well,
us?
so 19 for 70 is okay. You know,
It's fine.
not the
I'm
best.
not saying it's
And also,
stunning.
Najee Harris got injured, so they had no choice but to go to him over and over and over again. He
He
tore
got
his
injured
Achilles.
later in the game, yes?
He tore his Achilles.
I thought it was third.
It was like halfway through the game, something like that, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I thought it was at the close to the end of the second. But
That's something like that. Second
or
third.
third.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
said the whole half. So they were feeding him. He kind of hurt us. I felt like more in the passing game at the end of the game. You know, with the side passes that Herbert kept throwing to him, and he just took for long. You know. But his rushing, I didn't feel like, we missed out on that guy. You know, not at all.
I don't know.
I felt like we had the better running back in the game.
Well, J.K. Dobbins,
was
yeah,
better.
absolutely.
You know,
It's
so.
just looking at our rookie class.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard Barron's name.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him
all.
out there. I was
He made 2
watching him and
plays.
saw him
Yeah,
out there making
he made 2
plays.
tackles, which is cool.
But but you know, I mean, when you have Pat Surtain and Riley Moss, you know, you're in the third. You're not going to be, you know, as talked about, you know, involved in as many plays as, you know, the guy who is being force fed every time because the backup got hurt now. You know, so he's going to see a lot more carries. But I want to say overall, my take for the Broncos as far as the way I feel about them this year and why I'm not down on them is so you remember how last year, you know, like you said, it was continuing. We're basically continuing what we did last year. And the disappointing part of it is why everybody feels so disappointed is because we think this offseason we got over that hump and now we're ready. But we're just finding out that we're still kind of the team from last year a little bit. We're really, really good, but not quite good enough to get over those last little humps to beat the good teams. But we're right there, though, and we're on the up and up. We're just disappointed because we're expecting it to start out this year that way and Bo Nix to be already but it's a little bit slower of a process so far, but I still think it's going to happen.
You know who I blame for that?
Sean Payton.
Yeah. Expectations. Sean Payton is a politician. He went out there and he said, this is a Super Bowl caliber winning team. And, I mean, if I was Bo Nix, I'd be like, for sure. Like, of course you want to be talked up. But, like, dude, this guy has so much on his shoulders because this head coach is out there being like, I've coached 6 other Super Bowl caliber teams. This is my 7th, something along those lines. When your head coach is coming out there putting out these expectations and yikes, we are not close to that. Like the fact, I was just listening to a podcast this morning and one of the hosts, he's a Jets fan, and he was like, yeah, but listen, we haven't won, but like we're getting there. Like the next few games might be possible. We have the Dolphins, they had another team, and then they said the Broncos, and then something else. And the fact that we are roped in with a class of what a Jets fan thinks that they could beat.
They're desperate. They're desperate, though. They're desperate. They just look at us being 1 and 2. I don't think they're going to be in for a rude awakening. I think. I don't think it's going to be. We're not actually that team that they think we are.
That's great, but it's still expectations. People are not respecting the Broncos right now because of what we're putting out.
So I agree. I think Sean Payton. If there was one person to put the blame on, as far, or if you had to put one person or one thing to put the blame on why we're starting slow and why I think or who needs to get better the most, I would say Sean Payton for sure. But also look at. The reason why I think it's going to be a big turnaround is because look at the last 2 seasons with Sean Payton there. We started off slow, Russell Wilson, and we hit a point to where we're like, oh, we're cooked. And then what happens? We win like 6 or 7 straight, right?
Yeah,
something like that. What happens last year? We start off slow, we lose 70-20, and then what happens after that? We start running them off, and we start winning them again. So I just think we're in that slow beginning, and we're going to hit that point here, which I believe the next game, because we're playing Cincinnati with no Joe Burrow. So this could be the start of winning 6 out of 7, So I'm holding off my reservations on how I feel about him, but I still think he's going to do his thing.
I mean, sure, but also 10 penalties for 90 yards.
Terrible.
10 penalties for 90 yards.
To me, that the 2 things that I look at coaching is the continual loss of 1-score late games, the consistency of that looks at coaching, and the penalties that looks at coaching. Those 2 things to me are magnifying glasses of a coaching problem. And I don't know what the problem is. I can't sit there and say these play calls are right or wrong. I can't sit there and say, that person is missing his coverage because I just don't know ball that well. But those 2 things, to me, look like a coaching problem.
Agreed. 100% is.
Yep.
When it's that consistent and that many, at the game, I'm like, come on, refs, how many times are you going to call stuff on us? But after it's that many of them happening in multiple games, you're like, okay, we're just not disciplined.
Yeah.
It is us.
I would sort of ending on somewhat of a bright note, if we can. The Broncos held in. Any Chargers fan that is like, yeah, we whooped it. No, you didn't. It was a walk-off field goal. Okay, guys, everyone settle. You did not whoop us. We would take that if you actually did. No, it was a close game. 2, unfortunately, we were 2 of 13 on 3rd down conversions. Not great, but you know what? We were 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions. So that's bright, right? We won the turnover battle for the first time in 3 games. We had 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble recovery. That's cool. It hasn't happened in the past 2 weeks. And honestly, our defense is amazing. I mean, I think there were 80 offensive plays for the Chargers. Like, our defense was out there working their tails off. Those are my bright spots. I think we have to clean up penalties. We have to stay in it. We cannot charge her. But we're getting there. And hopefully you are right that we just pick up after this.
And I do think that if we really clean up the penalties, that would be a huge difference, more so than even our game and everything getting better. Yeah, Bo Nix could have hit a couple of passes, or our run game could be a little bit better. But honestly, a lot of big plays are being called back.
Yeah, almost 100 yards of it.
A bunch of very big gut-wrenching plays are being called against us. And if we eliminate those, we win. We beat the Colts. We eliminate that play at the end. That's a win. We're up on the one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the NFL for the majority of the game. you know, against the Chargers, and just blow it in the end. Like, we're right there to being one of those teams. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, you know. But that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing because, you know, it means we're close. So we're on the up and up, and we're close. We're just not quite there yet. But who knows? This next game could be the start of getting over that hump. You know, I think we're that close.
Yeah. Any other notes?
No. I as a Dolphins fan, I would love to be where you guys are at right now.
Take it away, Drew.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like the expectations are tough, and that's one of the reasons, oddly enough, this season hasn't been as painful as I thought it would be for me, because I didn't have any as a Dolphins fan. I had zero expectations, and speaking of zero, we have 0 wins. But, you know, the thing is, the biggest thing that I want to talk about with the Dolphins game against the Bills, one, speaking of close, we were close. We had the game tied going into halftime, and we covered the spread. The spread was 12.5 points, but we did cover it, only losing by 10, and the last 3 of those 10 was a field goal at the last second. Not the last second, but to pad the Bills' lead. But the Dolphins were driving with a tied game. We were down by 7 to at least tie it or go up, and Tua threw an interception. And for me, I was telling Des this earlier this week, this officially, you can be here for this. We can have a moment of silence. I'm done with Tua. I am officially burying him and my fandom for Tua, and we're done. I'm done with Tua. I've been a Tua supporter for a long time. I've been a Tua fan for a long time. I like him as a person. I think he's a great guy. I am officially done with him as my quarterback. And the reason I'm so salty about this, other than the fact that we don't have another quarterback, is we have been in quarterback purgatory for the entirety of my adult fandom life. Because before Tua, we tried to have another drafted star young quarterback. Anyone remember the name? Ryan Tannehill. Played 6 years for the Dolphins. Tua is on his 6th year currently. So some of these stats are a little bit padded because Tannehill had a full other season that Tua is currently in the middle of. But Tannehill played in 155 games, posting a 42-46 record overall for the Dolphins. Tua is on his 6th season, but he's only played 67 games. That's 88 games less than Tannehill with a 40-27 record. So win percentage-wise, he's won almost twice as many games, but he's played 2 less than Tannehill, and Tannehill's had more overall games. That's 6 full seasons. Tannehill threw for 20,434 yards, 123 touchdowns, and 75 interceptions. That's a total of a 63.4 completion rate. Okay, Tua has thrown for 1,449 yards, 1,449 yards, and 105 TDs for 48 interceptions. That's only a 68.2% completion rate. So about the same thing. It's the same thing. Tannehill only had 1 playoff appearance. I should say the Dolphins had 1 playoff appearance because Tannehill was hurt for that playoff game. And the Dolphins have only had 2 playoff appearances with Tua, and he only played 1 of them because he was hurt. So we're done. I'm done with Tua. I'm done with this quarterback purgatory BS because we don't have any draft picks. We don't have any money because we paid Tua he had like a $200 million contract. We're paying him through 2028, so we're not going to have any picks. We might get the first overall pick, but then I'm just sad, and we're just done. We're done. We drafted him during COVID. I was at my mom's house in Arizona watching the draft, and I was so excited. We got this guy. I remember texting my dad, and he was like, this guy's going to be a stud. He's going to ball out. You guys are going to be so good. And then we didn't, and we weren't. And I'm sad.
I think he could have if without the injury.
I think the injuries were a big thing. I mean, we go all the way back. I blame Nick Saban. I blame Nick Saban for all of this because Tua was balling out in some Alabama game, and they were up by like 30, and they were like, they should take Tua out of the game. They should get a keep him. He's like, no, one more drive. What happened in that drive? He got tackled and broke his hip. And then he slid in the draft, and yeah, the injuries hurt. Having his up and down tumultuous relationship with Brian Flores hurt. I mean, there's a lot of things that I blame. A lot of them aren't his fault, but
I will say if he didn't get hurt, and he didn't slide, you guys wouldn't maybe have gotten him then, right?
No, that's a good point because we had the 5th overall pick that year. But we would have had, I don't know, if he didn't slip, we would have had, I don't know, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert.
True.
Would have been cool with any of those guys. So it's just not ideal. And I mean, overall, speaking of the turnover rate, the Dolphins are the only team in the NFL so far that have had 0 turnovers. We have not taken the ball away at all.
Wow.
And I mean, our defense wasn't supposed to be good this year. We weren't supposed to be good this year. Nothing was supposed to be good this year. So again, it's painful and it sucks, but the last couple of years have been more painful because I had expectations and we were flying high, and now there's no, anticipate. There's nothing to expect. So when you go into Buffalo and almost win, like, that's exciting, and that would be cool to have that win. But I don't know. It'll be really bad if we lose at home to the winless Jets, which I think is a very big possibility because the Jets are hungry for a win. It's a Monday night game. It's a divisional game.
But in Miami, I also heard that Jets haven't won in Miami in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but
So this is the year it changes.
I was gonna say I look at that and go, something's got to give at some point. You know what I mean?
Huh. Interesting. I feel the exact opposite.
Really?
But I think this is going to be your first win. Yeah.
I agree. I think you guys are definitely going to beat the Jets. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that might help coming from outside of your organization.
Yeah.
No, I mean it does help. Like, the same thing to have an outside perspective. But I mean, I don't know. We're still up in the air if Justin Fields plays or not because he's dealing with his concussion. So
Jets to me are a dumpster fire. I mean, even if Justin Fields does play, I'm happy for that. Being the other team. I'm like,
Sure.
Oh, Justin Fields is playing great. Okay,
I mean, yeah.
cool.
Talk about the Chargers charging the Jets jet, and they've been doing that. I mean, they're one of the worst franchises overall. But you know what? They have a playoff win earlier than we do. We still have the longest playoff winning drought in the NFL. So I don't know. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. It's good to have friends that lift you up and support you. And so thank you, Des. Thank you, Aaron. I needed that.
No problem.
And on that note, I don't want to talk about my team anymore.
Amazing. You know what I do want to talk about, since we're just talking about how feisty I am. Hey, teams that lose by last-minute field goals or block field goals, welcome to the club, because there were so many of them this week. We weren't the only ones. Not everyone was pointing at us being like, sucks to suck, Broncos, week 2. No, week 3, it's a club. Everyone join us. There were 4 blocked field goals on Sunday. Guys, that is the most in a single day since 1991. 91! That's insane.
What happened
Des
in
was
91?
11.
What?
I was
91.
I was 11.
Oh,
No one knows my age. Ooh, yeah. What would that make me? 40 something?
If you're 11 and 91,
I think that's like 44. Someone's
That
gonna
would
be able to
be
do quick
too
math.
too much math for
it's
me.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was pretty
that is.
old.
it was be 46, I think.
Yeah, but 2 of those block field goals were in the Rams-Eagles game. Okay,
2 in the same game. That's wild.
That was wild.
dude. Knife in the heart, you know?
One for a walk-off win.
Yep.
That's tough.
Yes, dude. And 2 of those blocks were returned for a touchdown. The first time that's happened in 25 years.
They both got returned for the touchdown?
No,
No.
but the fact that there were 2 blocks in a single game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was
Just
like, wow.
overall, all the walk-off games. I mean, what else? We got, it was Browns-Packers blocked that, or that was a walk-off field goal. Chargers-Broncos, sure.
Bucks over Jets.
Bucks over Jets, that was unreal.
Yep.
Jets, you were just so close.
Yep. And then 49ers over Cardinals.
Oh my God, 49ers. Yes.
1 point.
Unreal.
I know.
A lot of people were saying like week 3 was like it. That was magic. You just never knew what was coming. And a lot of the end of these games we weren't able to see because we were at the game. We were trying to watch on the phone. But you know what? It's not a fun club, but at least we are not alone. So that means that we have like 5 other teams with us, 4 other teams feeling this way right now.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better.
But
I was going to say, to make you feel... Oh, go ahead.
No, you
ahead.
go.
I wanted to do a little something real quick that's going to help you feel better.
Okay.
I wanted to help Des feel better because
Okay.
she's on the edge.
Thanks, Dad.
What do you got?
In the next 8 games, all right? Who do you got winning?
Oh, we're back to Broncos.
Bengal.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because you're talking about feeling better. So this just kicked into my mind about
Okay.
the team feeling better. Because you're teetering right now. So.
Okay.
So next game, Joe Burrow-less Bengals and Broncos.
Yeah.
You
I
take
think
us?
it's possible. Yeah.
Possible? You don't take that down as like a dub, or do you think that's or you think like we might lose that?
I don't know. I think we will win it. I'm just so hesitant to say yes.
Okay.
I think if we have a way better shot now that Burrow's out. Yes.
Anytime,
Okay.
how about this? Anytime you say, I think we'll win that game, I'll be your wood knocker.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Great.
Like the ones that we think we should win,
Okay.
you
All right,
know.
sure.
So we got Bengals in the first one, right?
Sure.
Okay, that's 1, and that's in the next 8 games here, 1-0. So the next one after that is the Eagles. Loss, I'm assuming.
Bruh.
So 1-1. Next after that, Jets.
We should win that.
2-1. Next after that, Giants.
Man, we should win that. I know.
3-1.
But like,
Next after that, Dallas Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb.
oh, we're gonna get you, Javonte Williams.
4-1. Next time after that, Broncos Texans. 0-3 Texans playing terrible this year.
Yeah, they're not doing well. Okay, fine. Yeah.
5-1. Is that where we're at now? Next
think
after
so.
that, the Raiders.
Division game,
Yeah,
but it will be in Denver.
but we should win the game, right?
Yeah.
6-1, and then we got the Chiefs. That's the next 8 games right there. So you should feel pretty good about what's coming up. Could be our chance to turn everything around right now.
And I know Des pretty well. And I'm sitting across from her right now, and I'm looking at her right now.
She's
She
like,
feels
okay.
very good. I can tell. I can tell how good she feels.
It was a tough loss, y'all. I'm tired of losing
know?
by a field goal. Okay,
But-
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. It's slightly working.
You know, instead of losing by a field goal, you could have been blown the F out. Because other than the walk-off close games, there were 4 games that teams won by 20 points or more.
Oof.
I mean, the Colts destroyed the Titans by 21 points.
Okay.
The Panthers annihilated and shut out the Falcons by 30 points.
What?
Yeah.
What happened? I don't
You
know.
didn't even know that, huh?
No, I didn't know they. But
But I
still
haven't.
don't
I know, and I
understand
haven't.
it.
that's
I haven't
wild.
seen
Okay,
the highlights or anything.
Yeah.
that's wild.
The Seahawks annihilated the Saints by 31 points, which we all saw.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals, without Joe Burrow, maybe they still, Jamar Chase. They got some good players. Nope, they got annihilated by the Vikings by 38 points.
Backup quarterback Vikings too, right? JJ's out. Isn't
JJ's
he?
out.
Who the heck? Who was their quarterback?
Oh my god!
I should know that.
QB Vikings. Let me see right now.
Who was?
Carson Wentz.
Really? Oh wow, I did
Let's
not know
go
that.
see Wentz.
What
Carson,
the hell?
wow.
That is
I had no
right.
idea.
Philly special, just crushing it.
Wow.
Oh my god! All right, Carson Wentz.
And we're not talking about this because there
So
was
you feel better about the Bengals now, playing them now? Or wait, who did they? Who were we
Yeah,
talking?
they just
they
beat
just
the
beat the Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, you feel better about playing them now?
Yeah, I do. What were you
And
gonna
the
say?
Commanders, Marcus Mariota is still in the freaking league. He was the backup for Jaden Daniels. That was wild.
Unreal.
And
Unreal.
slaughtered the Raiders. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
thank God. Yeah, I know. Wait, why isn't that in here? Didn't we?
I don't think it was a slaughtering. I think it was a.
What, 41-20 or something like that?
That's a
They were
slaughtering.
beating them
Was
pretty
it
good.
41-20?
Yeah, they were beating them pretty good.
That's 21 points.
That's
So that's another one.
Yeah.
It's another 21-point game. My apologies.
Oh my god. Yeah, so lots of games, and this is the thing about when you go to a football game. Listen, as just a fan, I would be like, oh hell yeah, I want to go to a game every single week. But as someone that actually has to try and keep up with everything, it is so hard because when you're at the game, that's all you got.
Yeah.
You got Thursday night, Monday night you can watch. We watched the latter half of Sunday night. Oh my god, which might be a good transition, but you just can't watch all these games. But week 3, it was cinema. Sounds like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it was the blowout. But speaking of Chiefs Giants, yet again, Broncos country counting on Russell Wilson, and what does he do? Absolutely nothing. Giants lose to the Chiefs.
Dropped a big old
Absolutely.
goose egg.
Yeah. Did either of you actually think it was going to be possible for the Giants to pull it out on the Chiefs?
I mean, at the beginning a little bit. I mean, the Chiefs still look like anemic. Like I mean, what was the score? Like 17-10 or some tiny weird thing. But At the beginning, I was hoping
22-9.
22-9. Okay, but I wanted it to happen. Of course, I wanted it to happen. At one point, we get Travis Kelce jawing at Andy Reid again. Trouble in paradise.
I know he is. Oh, you think I'm feisty? Travis Kelce,
Looking
grumpy,
spicy.
grumpy
Oh,
man. Anyways,
But I mean, I this happens every once in a while in the NFL. I wanted a big ol' upset, and it didn't happen. So
it didn't happen, Russ.
I will
But
say though that
he
the
might be
crack was
upset.
open for like in years past. There's no chance we would have
Sure.
ever thought the Giants
Sure.
would have even
You're
got
so
close.
right, yeah.
Now the crack is open. We're like maybe,
Yeah.
even though they still kind of there and then they more so willed their way past them as opposed to just dominating them. So it's like they don't look good still, and the
I thought you
Giants
were
are
going to
terrible.
say like the crack is open for Russ possibly getting benched.
Oh, that's been open.
You think Jackson Dart? Well, I don't know. Last week he was the leading passer. Leading. Oh my God, words. He was a leader in passing yards.
yeah.
Jackson Dart?
No. Russell
Oh,
Wilson.
I was about to say.
Week
Well, yeah.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah. He
right.
had that one big game.
Yeah, it's not that. Oh,
We
like
think that's an
crazy.
outlier, but I mean, but the
No,
thing
it
still.
wasn't one game. It was over 2 games. Russell Wilson was leading the league.
Oh, yeah, true.
In passing yards.
But nobody's really still sold on him. We still think Russell Wilson is who he is, which he showed to be last game. You know what I mean? And everybody knows that. And it's not like you're just going to turn that around as an older quarterback who's slowing down. And he is who he is, and he just turned back the clock a little bit for a couple of games. Dallas defense is terrible, so they gave up Micah, so they're not going to be that great. Oof. And Russell Wilson was able to have his way with it, but people are gonna quiet that back up real quick.
You think by week 7, which is the Giants Broncos game, that the Broncos can't have a revenge game against Russ because he won't be playing?
I said that.
There's a high
My schedule
possibility.
prediction.
Yeah.
I said week 6, he's going out with injury. I think it might even be earlier that he's going out because he's benched.
Yeah.
You're not going to be
Yeah.
playing Russell Wilson.
I agree. I mean, because look at the game already. They're already putting Jackson Dart in for plays here and there. Like they're itching to get him in there. And they're just waiting for Russ to mess up bad enough.
Yeah. Absolutely not. Yeah, we're not going to be playing Russ. So that was Sunday night. So want of a game. But then thank God for Monday Night Football. Like we wanted to see a game.
And boy, did we.
Lions Ravens. These are the types of games that you watch. And here we are sort of still in the losers circle being like, man, it would be cool if we did this or did that. Man, when you watch 2 teams like the Lions Ravens, you just realize what a different league and how far you have to go to be a Super Bowl caliber
Before
team.
you continue real quick, do you know what's crazy? I have no idea what happened in this game. I didn't
Well,
watch
Aaron-
it. I stayed away from football after that loss.
you got Des and Drew here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Good thing
say,
you got
yeah.
D&D to fill in Dad, all right?
Because we watched every minute of that game.
It was amazing. So we have a good friend, Evan. We will be bringing him on the pod later because the Ravens will destroy the Dolphins later. So sorry in advance. And so whenever the Ravens play, actually, and I said this to Drew last night, if I had to pick, we all have our second favorite teams. Drew's is Broncos.
Broncos.
Yes. Mine's actually the Ravens. I love what they have going on. Granted, they lost, but Derrick Henry, big fan. We'll get into him in a second. Kyle Hamilton, you are so lovely to look at, my man. He is such a handsome man. Lamar Jackson, I think one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And actually the best quarterback in the league right now.
Okay.
Hot take. No, it might not be. But I love the Ravens, so we always root for him. But unfortunately, they lost to the Lions, but they were so close.
I'm happy about that. We're happy. We're happy.
mean,
NFC beating an AFC team. We want that. That's better for the Broncos.
Man, you're still on the track of like we might do something with our season.
I still fully believe we're going to go to the playoffs.
That's
You don't think that at
so
all,
great.
huh?
I'm happy you're on this episode because if it was just me and Drew, you would be hearing none of this from a Broncos fan. I would absolutely not be saying those things.
This is
But this is
wild.
why-
You think they're cooked?
We're not there yet. We're just not there yet. We're not cooked. I am not throwing in the towel on Bo Nix. I'm not throwing in the towel on our season. We're not. If we make it to the playoffs, you always want to see your team get better, and that would be a playoff win. Okay, we might win a game, but right now I can think Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Aaron, as your friend, you need to stop bringing up the Broncos because I think you're breaking me. I can't talk.
I can't keep talking about the Broncos. They're making me sad right now.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Wow. Okay.
But you know who's not? I think the Ravens have a huge possibility. Back to the Ravens. But Derrick Henry, like I said, one of my favorite players. It's so unfortunate because through 2023 to 2024, so 2 seasons, he had 3 fumbles on 652 touches. 3 fumbles in 2 years. Weeks 1 through 3, he's had 3 fumbles on 43 touches. And it's so sad because it's just same with people turning on Bo Nix. I can't have people turn on Derrick Henry. He's so good. Yeah. If it keeps happening, then we can talk about this.
Is
like
this
maybe
the start
week
of his
6.
decline?
I hope not, dude. I am such a Henry fan.
I mean, the thing, like, you talk about decline, you talk about, like, physicality, you talk about speed, you talk about, like, breaking tackles. He's still doing all of those things. It's just, and 2 of those fumbles this year have come in the 4th quarter. The game 1 against the Bills, they had the ball and were running out the clock, and he fumbled it. This one, if I remember correctly, last night, the game was... They were down by like 3, so they weren't trying to run out the clock, but they had the ball with enough time to go down and at least tie or take the lead, and he fumbles it. And so, man, I mean, number one, I would not want to be anywhere near Derrick Henry ever, but especially if he's fumbling the ball, because he came to the sidelines and broke his helmet. And I mean... That's the thing, though. If there's one person who's going to work extra hard and try and not have that happen again, it's Derrick Henry. Although you could say that after the first 2 fumbles, and he's still doing it. So,
I don't know, but like you think about like how players bounce back, and maybe because we were talking Dolphins is top of my mind, but like for instance, if Tyreek Hill dropped a pass, has been dropping passes week after week, 3 in 3 weeks, who do you think would be harder on themselves, Tyreek Hill or Derrick Henry on them not doing well?
Derrick Henry.
I just think there's 2 different types of players.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I'm really trying not to come down on Tyreek Hill, but you know Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Last week, he was, guys, this loss is on me. I don't know exactly what he said this week, and he could say it again, but he is taking ownership, and he's going to fight to be better. But there are other players in the league that's like, man... The pass wasn't thrown well enough to me, or why wasn't I being defended? You know, it just I have faith in him.
Yeah, you can tell he's ready to win. That's like where his main focus is right now. He wants to get it done.
Yeah. But
and they have the team to do it. Yeah,
and Lions, like, what a comeback! Like from week 1 to absolutely being like, what happened to this team? I mean, look, granted, you lost both of your coordinators, your OC and your DC. Now it's a whole new coaching staff. But they did well against, well, granted, the Bears last week, but then put up a huge fight against the Ravens. I don't think they've gone anywhere, and I think they're still in it. So I think that's interesting to see.
Absolutely.
And I love how Dan Campbell calls games. Like,
Dan
Campbell, he plays like he's playing Madden with his friends. Like, he goes for it on 4th down all the time. I think at one point it was towards the end of the game. They were on like the 50-yard line, and all the Ravens needed was a field goal to at least tie it. And it was like 4th and 3. And Stafford just stayed on the field because he knew Dan Campbell was going to, or Goff, sorry, always. And Campbell's like, we're going for it. Like, he just, and it works.
It's great.
I mean, and I talk about like scorned X. I look at Dan Campbell all the time and go, we had him. He was our interim head coach after we fired Joe Philbin, what feels like 20 years ago. And at that point, he was like this like crazy fiery, didn't have a lot of time under his belt as a coach. He was our tight ends coach forever. And he just, I mean, talk about having a team that plays for you. Like, that team loves him and will run through a Ravens defense to win for that guy. So.
Yeah, pretty sure we interviewed him and then we chose Nat Hackett. Anyways.
Aaron coming in, just keep making me feel so good.
That was old. We're past that. We're old. That's old news. We're past that. We're past that. Yeah, exactly. We got a better coach.
At some point in the game last night, I looked at Des. I was like, what is Nathaniel Hackett up to these days?
It's crazy. He's a defensive analyst for the Packers.
Yeah.
Not
Defensive analyst?
Yes, sir.
I know.
Because he was offensive coordinator for the Packers, then came to Denver, was an offensive mind. Now defensive analyst for the Packers.
He said, okay, I'm not cutting it offensively anymore. That was just all
I know.
Aaron Rodgers,
I
clearly.
know.
So let me try defense.
Yep.
So, but I mean, Packers are doing well. Granted, I mean, last week, unfortunately, but Packers are doing fine. So
They're fine.
It's
Yeah.
interesting to look at. I mean, and the last game I want to talk about this week that really stood out to me, granted, we were at the games, but catching highlights was Eagles-Rams.
Yeah.
What cinema.
Yeah.
Okay? A couple things about Eagles-Rams.
Hit me.
At the first half, Eagles had 33 total yards. 33, guys. 33.
crazy.
Jalen Hurts was 4 for 8 for 17 yards. They had -1 yards as passing as a team. I think another player accidentally messed up a pass, right?
Yeah.
Not doing good. Eagles walked off at half in Philly. Fans were booing them. All right, Philly fans, y'all are crazy.
I mean, talk about that's the thing.
Wild.
Phillies fan. I remember like after 2 or 3 games last year, they were calling for Sirianni's head. Like they were
Unreal.
like firing. Like they talk about like passionate, crazy fans. Phillies fans are like the
It's-
other way, where it's like calm. Like our friend
bad.
Perry.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh God, the Eagles." I'm like, "This year," and I'm like, "You just won the Super Bowl."
Yeah, I
And
know.
you're undefeated.
Shut up.
I know.
Shut
I know.
up. Talk about that. We looked at the Eagles are 17-1 in their last 18 games.
17-1. Technically 17-0 with Jalen Hurts
Yeah.
starting and finishing.
Yep.
Okay.
Because the one game they lost, he went out in the first quarter with
Yeah.
an injury. So, like, anytime you're booing after a quarter, shut up.
Like, you don't know what it's
Shut
like
up.
to lose.
God.
Like, let them
damn.
lose 4 games in a row. They'll probably be coming after Sirianni again.
Oh.
It's like, what are you guys doing?
I mean, they almost were this game and
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
won.
and
They
You know what I
are,
mean?
they're
it's
a different
wild.
breed over there.
It's like, yeah, it's
it was
too much.
But it was, and then they came back in the second half. It was
Yep.
the largest comeback for the Eagles since 2010, which is unreal. It's just been so long since the Eagles have lost, and I was trying to think of like, okay, Eagles are on top. They obviously won the Super Bowl. They're definitely, I think, one of the best teams. The best team in the league right now, until proven otherwise. They have not lost a game in a very long time. Why do I not hate them as much as the Chiefs? Granted, Chiefs are in our division. They're AFC. I get that. But then I think it's like, who's leading you? And Jalen Hurts, I love so much more.
Yeah.
than
Hard
Mahomes.
not to like him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, is he a little bit psycho? Did you guys see him reacting to the game?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, so the Phillies trying to kick off against the Rams, right?
Okay.
Nope, vice versa. Rams are trying to kick off against the Eagles. Rams are gonna win, right? No, Jordan Davis reaches up, blocks, swats the ball down. This man is 336 pounds. Big guy. Big guy. He not only blocks the kick, he then picks up the ball, runs it in for a touchdown. They clocked him. They got this man going 18.59 miles per hour. That is the heaviest player to return a touchdown over 50 yards ever. Ever in the NFL.
Yeah.
336 pounds. 18 miles per hour. Guys, how fast can you run? On a treadmill. Like, and be honest.
I don't
I think
know.
I'm at I think I might be able to hit 12 and then I'll hit my face on 13.
Here's a question. The number that goes up, is that the miles per hour?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like levels.
What do you think you could?
I guess I'm not
if,
sure.
if you guys were athletic, how fast do you think it could run?
To be fair,
I
Aaron's
know she's
very
trying.
athletic.
She's trying to trigger me.
I
It's
know.
all good.
Rage
I've
baiting
seen.
a
I've
male,
seen
it
these
works.
reels. I've seen these reels. All right.
They both had a moment. They're like,
I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, okay, raise your hand if you've run a marathon ever.
yeah. So
Raise your
how
hand if
fast
you
do you
played
think you
college
could run
sports before.
if you were athletic? No. How fast do you think you could run? I'm genuinely
I
asking.
think-
I'm not going to hate on it.
I mean, I think I
You
could
do
run
18.
20. Yeah,
Wow.
I think I can get.
What do you
I can
think?
Get
Like,
to 20.
I think I could hit 18 for like a second.
A second?
Yeah.
This man ran over 50 yards at 18.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he weighs, I think, easily over 150 pounds over both of you.
More, yeah,
Yeah.
combined.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
this
yeah.
guy
Oh, yeah.
is
Absolutely.
giant. Okay?
Yeah.
So
That's
all that-
very impressive.
Yes,
Very impressive.
All that being said, and a very athletic man, I'm totally kidding. I'm going to drop that, guys.
I don't care.
He runs in. Jalen Hurts sees all this. It's blocked, it's picked up, it's all the way ran in. You see everyone jumping up, cheering, everything. Stone cold. He is not smiling. Nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, the head coach is jumping up and down so much. He runs in to Jalen Hurts and he accidentally sort of knocks him over. Doesn't move. He's just like, okay.
He's the definition of even keel.
Yes.
The exact definition.
Unreal. Little psychopathic. Because
scary.
Who doesn't celebrate after that? I think in his head he was like, guys, we didn't deserve this win.
Yeah,
possibly.
he's probably mad he didn't play well, maybe.
Yeah.
Something.
But like, I don't know. I remember when the Chiefs blocked our field goal, Patrick Mahomes ran on the field like he just won the Super Bowl. Like, let me just tell you, 2 different reactions. Yeah. So that's why I think I'm not completely against the Eagles. Also, they're in the NFC. I love Jalen Hurts. I love him.
Yeah.
And they're playing good football. They are playing good football.
They are playing good.
He's also prettier to look at than Patrick Mahomes.
He's so pretty.
There, I said it.
At.
And prettier to listen to than frog mouth
listen to.
weirdo Patrick Mahomes.
I know. Yes, it's so nice. So it's easy to root for a team when they're nice to look at.
When I really lost the most respect for Patrick Mahomes was when they lost to the Bills. And was it a regular season? It had to have been a regular season game.
The Bills have never beat the Chiefs.
And he goes up to him, and Josh Allen's like, "Man, great game, man." He's like, "Man, the refs cheated or whatever," and just walked out. I was just like, and Josh Allen's just like, "Sorry, man," pats him on the back, like.
It was the offensive offsides that never happens.
Yeah.
And yes, you're so right. The first thing Patrick Mahomes says is offensive offsides. It's like,
bro, how many calls have you guys gotten?
That you're so right. You're so right.
That's when I was like, oh, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
You're just like a spoiled brat, kind of.
1,000%.
So yes, we will continuously keep hating on the Chiefs. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, they live in our mind rent free, but because they have been on top of the league for a decade.
Yeah.
So it's finally time to see their downfall. Happy to see the Eagles continue to do well. Eagles fans, you guys are a little bit crazy though, but that's not going to change.
I think that is one reason why we don't hate the Eagles too. Also, is because they're the ones who pretty much took down the Chiefs. They're like the Kendrick Lamar who took down the Drake.
Hot damn.
And
damn.
it's happening. We're seeing the downfall happening of the thing that we never thought would happen is the Chiefs.
And they just don't hit the same anymore.
And they just don't hit the same.
Drake doesn't hit the same anymore.
They don't hit the
Chiefs don't hit the same anymore.
Wow, I just thought of that on the spot. That's actually very verbatim of
nice
what's
job,
happening.
Wow, Aaron. Look at you go. Yeah, pat on the back. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank
Hey,
you.
buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, high
Thanks,
fives
guys.
all around.
Thanks,
Wow,
guys.
that was something. That's just basically what I had to say about the Eagles-Rams game. What a
hilarious.
game. But yeah, you want to... What we want to take us home?
Yeah, so I mean, we're hitting up towards the end of this, but I think because what's happening next week is pretty exciting, or I guess this week on Monday night. Jesus,
in like 6 days.
6 days. The NFL talked to Des and I, and they knew, we're starting this podcast, and I'm a Dolphins fan. She's a Broncos fan. They're like, you know what? We're gonna hook you guys up. So they are giving us a little Dolphins Broncos Monday night double header.
Not playing each other.
Nope. That'll happen next year.
But playing at the same time. So we have to go a bar because we cannot be in our home watching this.
Oh, really? It's at the same time? They're not doing it one after another?
5 and 6.
Yeah.
PM.
Unbelievable. That's
Pacific,
unbelievable.
yeah.
I know. So we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but we're going to give a little prediction of winner and score. So both of you were very nice, and you said that you think the Dolphins will win. And
Jets are at Dolphins.
Yes, Jets at Dolphins. Rivalry game, our cool rivalry jerseys, which would have been cooler if we did Miami Vice theme with pink, but that's fine. It's fine. And so I'm going to listen to you guys. I'm not feeling good about this, but I am going to say that the Dolphins will win their first game against the Jets at home.
Nice.
By a score of 21-17.
Great.
And I think that Tua will still throw a pick, and I think our defense will win the game. Our defense will get the first pick. We're going to have a pick 6, and that will be the difference of the game, even though the field goal is a different, whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You heard it here first. I'm scared to say that. I don't like saying that. It's scary. Doesn't matter. Our seasons doesn't matter.
That's so crazy. This is the first time that I've been like, you guys have a shot. Like, I feel like it's like, this is the one time to go into it, with full gusto.
100%.
Okay.
I don't have gusto as a Dolphins fan right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's kind of the way I'm going into this game, is with a little bit of gusto. Not the Dolphins.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Aaron's giving me gusto.
I think this is going to be the game, kind of the outlier game of the season. It's like, we see Tua looking like him again. And I think Tyreek Hill catches 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties for
Tyreek. And they win 31-21.
Okay.
That's what I'm giving them. And then, and then it gets back to, and then everybody's like, oh, okay, we still have a little bit of that left.
Thanks, Aaron. I needed that.
Des,
what do you think?
I think the Dolphins will win.
Thanks, Des.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be closer to like 17-14 Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I could easily see that too. I mean, division games, they're tougher.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
but I don't know if either of them will really be able to do much.
anything.
Right.
It might even be lower scoring. But 17-14.
5-3. with a safety.
Wow, it took a whole second.
A safety to win the game.
Yeah. Did you see some one of the graphics people for the Jets game last week screwed up and gave the Jets a point for like a couple minutes until they took it off, and someone reposted it and they were like, Jets have broken another record and are the only team ever in the history of the NFL to only score 1 point.
If only the Jets would do it.
The Jets would figure out a way to do it. Yep.
So Bengals Broncos, Aaron, what are you thinking?
This is our get right and turn things around.
So, little heads up. We're facing Jake Browning, Burrow's backup. He has thrown 5 interceptions so far.
Oh, yeah.
3 in the first game, 2 in week 2. Or, sorry, 3 in week 2, 2 in week 3.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
So, will he stay in?
Yeah, this is going to be...
Do you think he'll stay in? Or do you think the backup to Jake Browning, which is... We talked about this?
Oh, it was
Brett Rippon.
Brett Rippon, that's right.
Or will Brett Rippon come back and face his old team?
No, I think...
you think Jake's going to stay in?
Yeah, I mean, that would be... Not to wish injury on anybody, but that just means our defense is really
I don't think it's wishing injury. I think they might pull him.
Wow. Oh, just from playing bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think he's going to get sacked like 5 or 6 times, and I think Benito and Jonathan Cooper are really about to have their way, and our defense is going to look like that defense that we thought we were going to be seeing when the season started. I think our pass rush is really going to give them problems.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love Benito. So what score do we got?
The score that I have there, it's also for our offense to get right, too, because the Bengals' defense is just pathetic.
No, Breck
wants to get his score prediction in here, too.
So I think we will win 34-17.
Okay.
Oof.
Wow.
I like that score.
34-17. I'm sort of in the same vein. I was going to do 28-17.
Okay.
Like I said, earlier I was just like, I don't want to think about the Broncos winning, but this is a very winnable game. I think it's possible that we finally have that game, that Bo Nix is back. I think everyone's hating on him, calling for his head, which is insane. Let's not be Eagles fans, guys. I think they really finesse Bo not overthrowing Mims Franklin's son. And I think our defense is definitely going to hold Bengals. You know what? 28-14.
Ooh. You know what's crazy? I almost went to 14, too, because I'm just like 17 seems like a little much for that offense to score.
For that offense, dude. So 28-14.
I'm going to switch mine 34-14.
Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm glad I could influence you. And Drew, what do we got?
5-3.
I love that.
No,
Broncos?
I'm kidding. Broncos. No, I actually think the Bengals only get like 1 touchdown. Like I'm saying like I don't know, 9 or like just a bunch of field goals, like 9-38. I'm saying I'm just Bo's gonna go off. He's gonna throw 4 tutties. Run in for 1. Maybe we'll have a crazy freak play like last year. He's gonna have a receive. Bo Nix is gonna go again, rushing touchdown, throwing touchdown, receiving touchdown.
Why not? The triple dipper.
He did it last year.
Yeah, he did it last year. He did it again.
Do it all in one game.
The triple dipper of the NFL.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. PS2 2 picks.
I love it. Yeah, let me not change my score again.
Don't, no, Aaron, it's too late. You've already changed it
I was going to
once.
change one by 1 point, but
nope.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to. 34-13. I don't see 2 touchdowns.
You realize you keep going further
Greg,
and further back.
I don't see 2 touchdowns.
I
That's
know,
the problem
you're
there.
pissing
I see
off-
the field goals and stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't see 2 touchdowns.
You're
That's the
pissing off my
problematic.
dog, man.
You're
Okay,
making Breck upset.
I'm gonna go back to 14. All right.
Oh
We're going back to
my
14.
God,
You know where they
Aaron.
get one? They get one in garbage time. All right.
Breck.
I give them a garbage time.
Breck, get him.
touchdown.
Sick him.
Sick 'em.
Sorry, Breck.
Jeez, dude. No, he's just being dramatic. Okay, great. Any other thoughts, you guys?
I'm just we're in full swing football time, and I love it. I'm drowning in football, and it's the best way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely full-fledged into it. You know, we're having another little slight slow start, but you know, it's time to hit that point to where we turn it around now, and that's what I'm about to wait to see here.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's gonna have us feeling really bad or really good, one way or the other. So
Well said, Des.
All right. I think all I have to say.
okay, got you. Wait, go Broncos, right? Go Broncos and go Dolphins. Okay, got you.
I think all I have to say. My final thoughts are.
Go
Broncos!
Dolphins!
That was really
Good job, Aaron.
Wow, good
Thank you.
job.
Completely
Thank
off
you,
the cuff.
appreciate
You
it.
just
Wow,
knew that's what we were supposed to
good
do.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Well
it's just
done,
like
man.
it's almost like we're finishing each other's sentences.
Broncos.
Oh,
Oh,
shoot.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.